The Strongest in Dragon Ball series is a series on my channel where I examine the most incredible feats and strongest power in the Dragon Ball series by certain characters, but now we're getting to the real upper echelon. And on this series, we've discussed everything from assassins to aliens and very powerful mortals and even a few gods, but we haven't talked about angels. On this video, we're going to get to the cosmic level of the strongest characters in Dragon Ball by discussing the awesome power and incredible abilities of WHIS. Obviously, WHIS is one of the 12 angels from the 12 universes, and because we've seen primarily a focus on WHIS and his sister Vados, we can assume that the other angels have similar powers. But because WHIS, and to a lesser extent Vados, have been the primary showcase of these powers, we're going to focus on him. Our own Universe 7's WHIS on this edition of The Strongest in Dragon Ball. It starts now. If you have not gotten your tickets to Kamehacon 2, what are you waiting for? We still have 3-day tickets available, as well as several other ticket packages for you, but get the 3-day because it's going to be the biggest Dragon Ball event of the year. We have a slew of content creators, including myself, who will be hosting the event. SSJ9K, we got Prince Vegeta, Quaman, Jaxblade, Anime AJ, MJ, Kendamu, so many more that have not been announced yet, plus a slew of activities that, again, we're not announcing them all yet, but in the next coming weeks and months we will, plus voice actors from the past, present, future, several dubs represented on this event. Ryo Horikawa from the Japanese dub, Mario and Renee from the Latin American dub. We've got Z-dub actors, Kai actors, and even Dragon Ball Super people. Eric Vale, Ian Corlett, the original adult Goku will be there. Peter Kalamis, his successor. We got tons of actors from all over Dragon Ball and way more that have not been announced yet. Vic Mignogna, fresh off Dragon Ball Super Broly, will be in attendance. Damian Clark, Sonny Strait, also fresh off of Broly, the guy who played Bardock, and of course Krillin. Monica Rial, Stephanie Nadolny, rare con appearance. Kamehacon.com/tickets. If you are not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, book your flights. It's worth it. And it probably is going to surpass Kamehacon 1. With everything that's being planned now, it's going to be crazy. Join us there. It is the event for Dragon Ball fans. The life form known as WHIS has been an enigmatic and mysterious character since his introduction in Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods back in 2013. And before the movie even came out, many of us speculated as to who he might actually be and what his purpose is. At the end of Battle of Gods, after the fight between Goku and Beerus in space, Beerus reveals to Goku that there are 12 universes, and he tells Goku that Goku is the second most powerful foe he's ever faced, and Goku quickly understands that WHIS was indeed the first one, as Beerus reveals that WHIS is not only his servant, but also his teacher, his sensei. And for some reason, Dragon Ball fans have forgotten that Beerus was talking about WHIS here. I've had so many people ask who Beerus was talking about, but if you keep watching the film, literally minutes later, Goku figures out that it's WHIS and Beerus confirms it, and if that wasn't enough confirmation, at the end of the film, after Beerus tastes some wasabi, he goes on an accidental rampage and WHIS stops him with one chop. So we have this Battle of Gods movie that built up Beerus as the most dangerous foe they've ever faced, who dismantled the entire Z team, including Gohan and Majin Buu and Vegeta, and he goes down to one chop from WHIS. Now, shortly after the release of the film, Toriyama himself commented on the power difference between WHIS, Goku, and Beerus, and he stated very infamously that Goku in God form was a 6, Beerus was a 10, and WHIS was a 15. Obviously, this was a very simple power scale, and also one that is antiquated. There's really no sense in really using this as a guide for WHIS's power because it hasn't really been used, and it's something that Toriyama said back then before Resurrection F and before he came up with the upgraded transformations of Goku like Blue, of course, and later on Ultra Instinct. So using that scale now is sort of pointless because it does not apply, and it's one that Toriyama came up with many, many years ago. But that doesn't really take anything away from the power of WHIS. One thing we've learned from watching 131 episodes of Dragon Ball Super and 3 movies is that WHIS can pretty much do almost anything, and it's pretty scary as to what these angels can do. There are many mysteries surrounding Whis that we may never get an answer to, but he seems to be a very old, ancient, cosmic being, along with the other angels that have power beyond even the capability of mortals, beyond even gods of destruction, as we've seen in the series. Whis has been Beerus's martial arts instructor and has vast knowledge of martial arts, including what many consider complete mastery of Migate no Gokui, otherwise known as Ultra Instinct. He knows what it is. He instantly recognizes it when Goku taps into that power. And he also tried to help teach Goku and Vegeta how to allow your body to move by itself, which obviously gives Whis an unbelievable advantage in combat, because it's very hard, if not impossible, to ever connect on Whis with a blow, whether it be a punch, a kick, or anything, except maybe if Goku bites you, that could work. But other than that, Whis is almost impossible to hit unless he lets you hit him. He is one of the most protected characters by Toriyama. What I mean by the word protected is we rarely see this guy ever sell, aka we never see him take any damage. Nothing ever bothers him. He fears nothing. He doesn't really try to get involved too much in mortal ordeals, but he's a character that is seemingly a flawless martial artist. I mean, we haven't seen anything from him that would say otherwise, except for the fact that he himself has made statements about his father, the Grand Priest, the Grand Minister, being even more powerful than him. But again, one of the problems with covering these cosmic entities in Dragon Ball is that we've never seen them at full power. We've seen Whis fight and train, but we've never really seen them get serious. So who knows how incredibly dangerous this guy could be? How dangerous is he? Well, it seems like every single arc or every single story that Toriyama writes somehow adds a new power to Whis. In Resurrection F, we find out that Whis can reverse time. And no, he doesn't go back in time or create a new timeline. He literally takes the universe and reverses time for 3 minutes. That is one of the most insane feats that we've ever seen. Not just that, but we also find out that Whis is the fastest in the universe, which is something that Birder from the Ginyu Force claimed, but sorry, Chief, that ain't it. But speed isn't even close to being the most impressive thing that Whis can do. He also is multilingual. He can speak languages of alien species all over the universe. Plus, he also can sense events going on far, far away. And although the series makes it very clear that Beerus is the god of destruction and that Whis is an angel, in the Dragon Ball God hierarchy, angels are much, much more godlike than any other god, including Beerus or the Kais, except for the ones above Whis. So it seems like every ability that Beerus can do, Whis can do, but better, like negating energy, for example. He can also warp, and he can actually create pocket dimensions and send people to these pocket dimensions, as we see him do when he's training Goku and Vegeta. Now, it's not made clear if the power to create a pocket dimension or to reverse time is one that Whis himself has, or if it's the power from the staff. They never really explain this, but either way, he can do it. Not just that, but he actually has energy projection abilities and reality warping abilities, unlike any character we've seen before. Whis can create objects out of nothing. We see this several times in the series as he opens up in Battle of Gods, the ship, using his power, creating a magical window, so to speak, so he can go inside of Bulma's craft. And then later on, we see him and Vados building the arena for the Universe 6 vs. 7 tournament, literally out of nothing. He can materialize matter out of thin air to create objects. We have not seen a character proficiently do this to this level anywhere in Dragon Ball but Whis. Oh, and don't forget the whole debate between Whis and Vados, because Vados does make the claim that she may be even more powerful than Whis, but Whis negates that. So I'm not going to go into a debate about whether or not they're both kind of bluffing, because the scene was kind of played up for comedy, but don't forget she can do things like that. We find out more about what he can do at the end of the Future Trunks arc in episode 67, where he reveals that there are other methods of capturing and defeating Zamasu. He doesn't reveal what they are, but it's implied that he has the ability to go into other timelines, possibly without even using a time ring. He tells the crew that he's going to go to the future, the other new timeline made in episode 67, to warn that future Beerus about Zamasu and Goku Black. And he never really states that he needs a time ring. It's almost implied that he doesn't even need one. But that happens off screen, so I can't really tell you otherwise. But it's still amazing as to how calmly he can just say these things, and it's not a problem. Now, when we do these videos, I'm discussing the main Dragon Ball series, not the video games. But I do want to make a note that in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Whis does transport himself through different timelines by himself. So if you want to take that into account as evidence that Whis can do this, he's done it in Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2. So we've talked about the mastery of Ultra Instinct. We've talked about his incredible knowledge of the universe, his speed, his ability to project and create matter out of thin air, and his ability to warp. But even that was not enough. In the Tournament of Power arc, Toriyama adds even more abilities to Whis. At the beginning of the arc, we see Whis literally give birth to Bulma and Vegeta's daughter. It's in the series that this guy uses his magic or his staff or whatever to warp or teleport the baby out of the womb in perfect health into the arms of Bulma. At the end of the Tournament of Power arc, when they're deciding what to do with Frieza, Whis reveals that not only can he heal, because we've seen him heal people before, but he can literally bring you back to life. Whis, with his abilities, can resurrect characters. We see it in the manga and in the anime as Frieza's halo disappears and he becomes immortal once more. So, with Whis on your side, who the heck needs the Dragon Balls anymore? He can just bring you back to life if he thinks that you're worthy of coming back for whatever reason. Maybe to cook some food for him. So, when you see Whis doing all these crazy things, what is his weakness? Well, we haven't seen it yet, except for the fact that he himself says that Grand Priest is more powerful than him. So I do hope that one day we can actually witness this power, as well as maybe seeing Whis, Vados, or one of the other angels at full power fighting, because it's implied based on everything we've seen that Whis has not even broken a sweat when he's fought anybody from Goku and Vegeta training to even Beerus when he knocks him down. Whis just is an unbeatable monster. Anyways, that's it for this incredibly cosmic edition of the Strongest in Dragon Ball series. Whis is something else. Anyways, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, check these videos out as well.